Hey guys, this is Chrome. Welcome to Promo Look At. These are basically videos that I do for tabletop gaming. Without further ado, today's promo we're going to be looking at is for King of New York or King of Tokyo, and it is a game by Richard Garfield. So, the promo we're going to be looking at can work for these two games, and that's why I have this set up over here, but the back for this promo is actually for King of Tokyo, but you can use it for both games, and I'll explain it in a bit. So, here is the card that we're looking at today called Frantic Mutations. So basically to me, this looks like something happened to Scully from Monsters Inc. because he's blue and he has a little bit of yellow around, as you guys can see. Its face kind of resembles a behemoth because of the horn over here, and he has another horn over there. And then he has like these crab pincers in his mouth. Kind of resembles the Predator mouthpiece, but then again, he does have the rest of his jaw, so he looks like a dog, a wolf, but again, because he looks like Scully and these like spikes on his back and the behemoth look, so it's like, oh, okay. But then again, he has an arm that looks like the an abominable snowman, but it's like a rock hand, so he's devastating some things. And then over here, he has his hand like this, and he's using Scorpion's technique of telling this helicopter, get over here. And there's another helicopter over there. And it has griffin or angel wings. So this thing is basically a chimera. I'm just going to explain it like that. It's mutating. It's like becoming like multiple creatures at once. I would actually like to see this as a one of the characters, because this is actually pretty cool. And that's destroying basically the city, as you guys can see, the dust over here, and then all of a sudden there's like broken cities, well, broken buildings, not cities, in the background. So this card basically costs 5 energy. So it basically appeared, let's just say if it was in New York, these cards, it appears in the shop like this. You basically have to buy 5 energy. Pay for it with 5 energy cubes. You can't buy it with 2, so Mr. Gigasaur over here will be the only one that can buy it at this current moment if it appear like that, because as you guys can see, this is 3 and this is 10, so if you want to purchase this is 5, even if it was with King of Tokyo, which again you guys can see it's still the same, 4 energy, 3 energy, that one's 5. So with this card, it's basically a keep card, so you get to keep this when you buy it, right with your monster, and then you spend this energy cube. This goes back to the box or the bank, however you want to call it, and then you get its nice little effect. Now before I get to that, it says right here that this card is art design is Regis Torres, who I believe does basically all the artwork for all of King of Tokyo. I'm assuming New York too, artwork. So that's pretty cool that he came back to do this. So it says here, keep. When you roll at least 3 smacks, so you have to roll 3 of these smacks. Draw 2 evolution cards, choose 1 to keep and discard the other. So before I get to talk about that, if you are going to use this promotional item, you must buy these 2 power-up expansions for either King of Tokyo or King of New York. You cannot use this promo right here without having one of these 2 expansions for your game. So with the King of New York, you must have the evolution power-up, which basically are these cards right here, or the King of New York or Tokyo, which are these right here. So basically, if you guys know the rules to your evolutions, you have to roll 3 hearts in order to get an evolution card. So if you're in Tokyo, it kind of sucks because you can't heal, but if you roll the 3 evolution cards, you do draw 2. But now this card changes the game a little bit, because when you roll your dice to try to get smacks and you get smacks, you can actually get to draw 2 evolution cards on your side, even if you were in Tokyo. Now, you get to hit people. Even if you were in Tokyo and you rolled the 3 hearts, you could still get the evolution cards, but it was kind of a waste because now you can't really heal, because see how it says here, you can't heal, and if you were in Manhattan, you still can't heal. So it was kind of pointless to roll hearts when you were in Tokyo. So evolution cards became kind of more like, yeah, when you're in the city, it pretty much just says, and that kind of sucks. But now with this card, it does give a little bit of a juicy variety to that monster to roll smacks instead of hearts in order to get evolutions. But if you roll the hearts and the smacks at the same time, you get to draw basically 2 plus 2 extra evolution cards. So you draw 4 cards in total. So you basically keep 2 and discard the other 2. So to me, this is great because this makes the game feel a little bit more unique. Now, remember, in order for these evolution cards to be used, you have to see that the white ones will always be Tokyo and the black ones will be New York. And also the black ones do match the back of the regular standard cards. Same goes for the back of the King of Tokyo, unless you have the first edition, which is a different background. But it is actually a very good card. Now, is this available? Can I still get it? And do you highly recommend getting this card? So I'm going to begin with highly recommending this card. Yes, I do recommend getting this card because it adds a new flavor to the game if it appears. Now, you can say, well, there's 66 cards in total in this deck, so the chances of you seeing this card might be a little harder. Yeah, there is that chance, but it is a very good card if you guys do have the power-up expansions. Now, I only recommend getting this card if you have the power-up expansions. If you do not have the power-up expansions, do not look at getting this because then this is a waste of a card in this deck, in this whole deck for either one of these, and then you're doing nothing for that turn. Or you're basically going to spend 2 energy cubes just to remove this because this is just garbage. So, in that aspect, but if you do have the evolution cards, do yourself a favor and get it because you can get, you can draw evolution cards with smacks or hearts. So you can heal or hurt people. Either way, you can, it's beneficial. Now, is it still available? Yes, you can still get this card. Now, it was actually released by giving it to local game stores. Sadly for me, I am not able to go to a local game store and get it, so I had to purchase it online. You can purchase it from the yellow site, which I will leave down below on the link, and it costs like $5 US. So that's not bad for the price, and you have to add shipping and tax, so I'm not sure how much that's going to be, but $5 plus shipping and tax should be, I'm going to say it should be around $9. So it's not a bad promo unless you want to look at eBay or the geek market. And people over there are selling it for around 13 to 15 to, I'm going to say 13 to 20, somewhere around there. Yeah, so there are people that are selling it. So with that being said, it does fit in a standard sleeve. So you can sleeve it if you wanted to. But here's one little thing. Now, seeing how New York has a different background than the King of Tokyo, you're going to have to sleeve your backs to actually have them black, so that way you can't tell who's coming. So you can use this with New York. You just have to get black sleeves in order to cover up all your sleeves, because if you see here, I have clear sleeves. With my New York, I always have black because of the simple fact that I use first edition cards that are promotional items. So if you are using the first edition of King of Tokyo, you have to get black sleeves in order for nobody to know what's coming up next. So, does it break the game? Not really, but it is a good card. It's not a bad card, so I do recommend getting it. But let everybody know in the comments below, guys, do you believe you should get Frantic Mutations for your King of Tokyo or your King of New York game to add a new flavor to your power-up expansion game? Remember, you must have this. So, with that being said, let it in the comments know that yes, you should get it, Crow. Or, I mean, everybody, you should get it. Or, no, you shouldn't get it. It's not worth the time or your money. With that being said, I got a special thanks for you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys